Hey guys, this is a review for the Metal Allegiance album that came out this year on September 18th. Now this has been put out on Nuclear Blast Records, and it's basically, like Metal Masters and like that kind of shit where they cover songs and stuff. And there's 2 or 3 musicians that are always in it, like Mike Portnoy and stuff like that, Dave Ellefson and Scotty and all that shit. Well, it's basically that made into a band, and this is their debut album. Now, this album is really interesting because it has Mike Portnoy on drums, and it has Dave Ellefson from Megadeth on bass, and it has Alex from Testament on guitar. Really, top, like, well-known musicians playing on an album, and then every song is guest vocal on by different artists, and it makes for a really intriguing, like, release. And I'm going to give you a little rundown on what I think of it. Now, these guys are centrally in, like, New York City, so yeah. Now, Gift of Pain, there's a great performance on this track. It's just awesomely sung by Randy Blythe from Lamb of God, and the way they style the song is around his vocal style, and it matches pretty good to what a Lamb of God track would sound like. And he does a good job. He doesn't sound too much different than the Lamb of God album, but he does the usual, Randy Blythe vocals, and he does a good job executing those. And then the backing track is, good. It sounds like a Lamb of God track. A little bit too similar to Lamb of God. Like, I'd like to see him like branch off a tiny bit. But overall, if you like Lamb of God, this is a track that you should check out. And then we move on to Let Darkness Fall. Now, Let Darkness Fall is sung by Troy Sanders from Mastodon, and it's a very melodic song, and it's a longer song at around 7 minutes, and the way he sings on it is different than he sings in Mastodon. The backing music is pretty similar, but he sings a little bit he bellows a lot in Mastodon. He has a gruffer voice, but he cleans up his vocals on this track a bit, which sounds interesting. I like it, but it is kind of a new sound for him at times when he's singing, and it isn't pretty interesting. And I'd have to say this is probably my second favorite track off the album. And my favorite track is the third track, which is Dying Song, which features Phil Anselmo from Pantera, Down, Superjoint Ritual, and actually that's him singing right now. This is the song, and it just sounds like a slightly heavier version of Down, I'd have to say. Like, even one of the lyrics is Death Tripper, which he repeats at the end, and obviously that sounds similar to Witch Tripper on the 2012 Down EP. And Phil just puts forward a good performance. He sounds he's more melodic and more he's more toned down than he would be on a Pantera release, obviously, but he sounds pretty much like Down. So yeah, really awesome track. If you like Down, don't forget to check out this track. The fourth track is You Can't Kill the Devil. Now, You Can't Kill the Devil sounds like an average Testament track, but in a good way. It sounds just like a good ripping Testament track, and if you like Testament and you like Chuck Billy's vocals, check this out, because Chuck Billy sings on this and he does a great job. And, Chuck Billy's getting up there in age, so to see him still ripping on shit like this is awesome. And it's just basically a hidden Testament track. Next is Scars. Now, Scars is the 5th track, and it's sung by Mark from Death Angel and Christina from Cooney-Callahan. And they sound great together. The female-male contrast of the metal vocals just sounds awesome, and it gives a good atmosphere and a good emotional feel to the track. And overall, it's probably one of the best tracks on the album. Mark is a great vocalist. He's been on the go since the 80s, and Christina is obviously a very well-known vocalist at this point after working with Megadeth on track and everything. She does great work. Next track is Destination Nowhere. Now this features Matt Heafy, I believe. I might pronounce that wrong, from Trivium. Now, Trivium is a band that I've known for years. I'm not heavy into them, I know an album or two, but, Trivium does great work, and I think Matt sung really great on this track. He done work that I think is very representative of what he does with Trivium. So if you like this song, you'll like Trivium, and if you like Trivium, you'll like this track, obviously. So yeah, another great track. And next track is Wait Until Tomorrow. Now, Wait Until Tomorrow is more of it's styled after Hatebreed, I'd say, and obviously lead singer Jamie, I believe that's how I pronounce his name, from Hatebreed sings on this, and so does Doug from King's X. He sings on this. And it's a bit too long of a song. It could have been a bit shorter, but overall it's a good track. Not extremely memorable, but if you're a Hatebreed fan, you'll probably be interested in this track, and it's really good. So yeah, next is Triangulum, and then this is an instrumental with 3 parts, and it's about 8-minute song, I believe. It's a good instrumental, but it's a bit too long for my liking, you know. Instrumentals for me, like 5 minutes at the most, but since it's played so nicely, I don't really mind it, but it is probably my least favorite on the album, but it's not, I wouldn't want to take it off. It's actually just a really good song, but it's just too long, in my opinion. If it was short, I'd probably like it a bit more. Next is Pledge of Allegiance. Now, Pledge of Allegiance is also sung by Mark from Death Angel, and it's just a great thrashy song. If you like thrash metal, this is a track off the album for you, and it sounds similar to the newer Death Angel material, so if you like new Death Angel, check it out. And you know, it's a bit repetitive, but you know, thrash metal can be a bit repetitive, so. Then we move on to the Dio cover. Now, this is We Rock, obviously a classic. And Mark from Death Angel, Chris from Fozzy, Chris Jericho, Elisa, so I think it's Elisa from Arch Enemy, the new vocalist, sings on this. Tim Ripper Owens, the ex-Jewish priest, he sings on this, and Chuck Billy sings on this, and so does Steve Zouza from Exodus, and this makes for a really good track, and they all like sing at different times, and it's just, it's very much in the style of the original. Like, it sounds almost really similar to the original, but it's slightly different, and I can put it on in the background actually. But Dio would be proud of it, like, to see so many vocalists sing on it, the way they like stylize it, make it even more heavy and more ripping. It's really fucking awesome. I wouldn't say it's better because fucking Dio, but it is a really good cover and it's a really good rendition of it. So yeah, I really like this album. The artwork, this is not a fucking artwork album. The artwork is really generic. So yeah, really shit artwork in my opinion. Like, it's pretty much like something I could probably get somebody to make for me in like Microsoft Paint. But that's not really the main focus about this. Like, I knew, like, this is not like a fucking like Woodsy Prey album or a fucking goddamn Caladan Brood album. It's not supposed to have a giant piece of epic artwork. It's just, you know, logo. There you go. So yeah, overall I give this album an 80. Well, it's hard for me to really rate it because it's one of those kind of albums where there's really high points and then there's some lower points, but overall I'd say I give this about an 82 out of 100. It's one of those albums where I like most of the tracks, but it's kind of a bit just disjointed at times. I bet you if you took each track with the lead singers and put it onto their albums as bonus tracks, it would make a bit more sense. But still, this is a great album, and it's a really interesting project. So 82 out of 100 is what I think of it. Comment below what you think of it, and I'll talk to you later, guys. Have a great day.